Good afternoon. It is afternoon. We already ate lunch. It is way after noon. Not sure exactly what time it is, but I'm guessing 2-ish. It's after 3? Okay. It's later afternoon than I thought. We are in the Seattle area. Everett, actually. We're in Everett. Headed to Yakima. So we're on I-5 southbound. Actual directions on the dispatch are I-5, I-9, I-82. We're actually going to take an additional road here and turn onto I-405. I-90, not 9. Instead of going I-5 to I-90, we're going to go I-5, I-405, I-90. Yeah, the traffic's moving pretty good on the other side here, but a little way down the road, they're all coming to a stop. I think there's an accident or something. I didn't see the beginning of it, but it is bumper to bumper, solid. And that can happen in front of us any second, too. All of a sudden, poof, we'll be stopped. There's a scale coming up here in 1.5 miles. Usually they're closed. Hit one scale that was open already in Washington. Yeah, unloaded today morning, a little after 8, a little later than I wanted to at the first spot. I was sitting there for a while and went for a little walk and found where the forklifts are just hanging out, cooling off. He told me to wait where I parked, and it's like, okay, I unstrapped the 2 bundles I was unloading there, and then he just told me to wait there, and then drove off and did his thing, and it's like, okay, it's been half an hour, 45 minutes, and like going for a walk. I'm like, hey, they're all hanging out there. Just pretended I was going for a walk around, went back to the truck, and they all showed up, and they're like, just pull around on the other side. I'm like, it's just 2 bundles. Oh, just 2 bundles? Okay, we'll just unload you here then. I think they were waiting for me to take the rest of the straps off. It's like, I don't have to unload everything here. Just take your 2 bundles and let me go. Then we got to our second unload at 9:30. Our appointment was 11. I pulled out on a road area which is under construction, so it's a lot harder than normal. A little block away, I parked a block away. There's a hidden place I usually park. And walked in, and they said, yeah, pull in right away. I'm like, sweet. Unloaded there early. Yeah, he's taking his tarps off in the rest area there. Unloaded early, headed to our pickup, which we got so many messages, I think 6 or 7 messages for our pickup. It kept changing. Pick up this, change your mind, you're going to pick up this instead. Same location you're picking up, but it'll be this order, dropping off at 2 different places. And it's like, okay, now we're going to change again to this. Make sure you call me. And then eventually it was hey, that original first message we sent you, just go with that one. We'll just load you with that original one. Basically, they couldn't figure the other one out quite yet, so they're like, well, since I'm going to be the first truck there, give me the load that they have figured out, and then give the other load to the other person. I think they wanted me to take the other load because it probably makes more money. I don't know. A little more complicated though. There's a little, make sure I call customers, and 2 different drops. Need to follow special directions from the customer. So can get a little more complicated, so they know I can get anything done, so they give me the more complicated ones. Usually they pay a little bit better, but they give me the complicated ones because they know I can handle them. We had to tarp this load. Obviously, it's lime going to orchard or apple storages or whatever. What we're doing tomorrow, I have no idea. Dispatch says, and tomorrow, just so you know, he goes, never mind, I don't know what you're doing tomorrow. So, Jess says she's got 3 options. I would go with Spokane. Picking up in Spokane and then heading north. I don't think they'll send me to Portland or back to Seattle or whatever, so I think it's Spokane. Or empty all the way. What options are you saying?
Spokane. Portland.
Portland? No, I don't think so.
Empty to Vancouver.
Empty to Vancouver from Yakima? No. Yakima would be empty to Plesnikov.
So kind of the same.
Those would be the most likely. We'll see. Or a unique, different, special, fun one.
Like we did the trailers one time.
Yeah. One-time loads. Traffic northbound is definitely slow. Yeah, it feels like summer or fall here. Early fall.
In 1 mile, take
just beautiful weather.
On the right to I-405 south.
Almost need to put the AC on.
Yeah. I agree. The sun is awesome.
Brake lights.
13 minutes of delay were added to your route.
Oh yay, 13 minutes of delay are added. Always what you want to hear. Not surprising though, it's Seattle. Look at the other side, they're just coming to a stop.
Be in either of the 2 right lanes. Then take the exit to I-405 south.
That's a lot of cars on the other side. It's the parking lot. We're on the 405 now.
On I-405.
We only have 18 miles to drive on the 405, but sometimes it can take a long time. Technically, with the speed limit being 60 miles per hour, it should take us 18 minutes to drive this section of highway. It can take half an hour and a half. So far it's flowing pretty good. Some crazy maneuvers there. Let's cut in front of a big rig and then hit our brakes. Good idea. Just absolutely brilliant. The good idea. Leave yourself some space so if they slam on their brakes, I got space to stop without killing them. Unfortunately, in big cities, people fill that space consistently. Just plan for that space to be taken. They don't realize that their life is on the line if they take that space. See, they just tap brakes a little bit and right away that space shrinks like crazy. It is a beautiful day. And most of these trees haven't turned yet. You can see some trees are turning color, but fall is not quite here yet.
We were really good at
I can see some of the snow on the mountains way back there. I don't think they'll show up on camera. They're too far away, but minivan was hanging out beside me. It's like, your lane is ended. You gotta do something. Driving under my trailers is not gonna work out. Was that this week? The last weekend or whatever, a car drove under a big rig and she was mad that the big rig didn't yield to let her in. So like, it was in Vernon? Okay. Basically, she turned off an intersection onto the roadway and drove right underneath his trailers and was mad that the truck driver didn't get out of her way. It's like, he's got the right of way. You can't just drive under a big rig. And she was trapped in the car. So I got the fire department to get her out. I don't think she had any injuries, but can't drive under a big rig and be mad at them for keeping their right of way. They stayed in their lane.
He actually tried to get her.
Yeah, he actually tried switching lanes, but there was somebody beside him, so he moved as far over as he could. Didn't work out. More brake lights. Here's one of those, we're going over and under and there's roads everywhere type of corners, intersections. We're on the second of 4 layers. It's always after this intersection. As soon as it's convenient, there's nobody in the next lane to my right, I merge right. Today I can do it right away. There. Now we are on the exit for our I-90 eastbound. I don't have to change any more lanes. I just stay in this lane and I'll end up on I-90 eastbound. If you want to be on I-90 westbound, you want to be one more lane off to the right, not yet, but further down the road. Once it's not an exit only, you want to be over one more lane, and then you'll be on I-90 westbound. Plan ahead. And I turn off in 11 miles, and I'm already in the right lane.
All the different colors.
Yeah, that's cool. The vines with all the different colors turning into fall colors. That's really cool, those vines on the side. Wonder if those vines are naturally there or oh, I see the popo has pulled someone over on the other side. I wish the popo would hang out around me sometimes and just catch people that cut off semis. Just hang around semis and get the people that dangerously cut us off. Even that there is 1/1000. Not even 2 seconds. It's 1.5 second cutoff. If an emergency happens right then, I'm going right through you. We're about 4 seconds from the car in front of the blue one. See how far away the red one is. 1/1000, 2/1000, 3/1000. Yeah, about 3 seconds. Did I say red one or blue one? The blue one. Red?
Yeah.
That's a very funky red anyway. The blue one.
I was looking all over, but the red way up there.
The blue one. I meant the blue one. I was expecting this Volvo to cut in front of me, but the way they were changing lane.
I'm not a city person.
Yeah, I'm not a city person. City driving is not for me. I'll try to leave a big gap. And if the whole city wants to pull in front of me, they can pull out in front of me. least I tried not to crash into the back of them. Okay, we are now about 8 miles away. Technically 8 minutes away. We'll see about that. I have my doubts, because this is where the traffic jam usually happens. Everybody's coming onto this highway to get onto I-90. Oh yeah, why would you go in front of me and hit the brakes? Once again, brilliant idea. Glad I got my stuff strapped down nice and tight. So that was a pretty hard brake. No blinker fluid on that one. Now the brake fluid seems to be filled up though, but his blinker fluid is out. What's that?
At least our traffic's moving right now.
Don't jinx us. She says at least our traffic is moving. It's not going to stay that way. We're gonna come to a stop eventually. I don't know how many miles from I-90, but we're going to come to almost a stop, if not all the way to a stop, before we get to I-90. We're 5.5 miles away. Happens almost every time, especially this time of day. It's pretty much a guarantee we'll come to a stop. But yes, we've had much worse. We've had much worse. I guess I could have waited to merge into this lane a little later, but if you merge in right away, you don't have to worry about all this bumper-to-bumper traffic when you're trying to merge in. I've done that, and it's like you just got to signal, and it takes a lot of work and nerves to go into that lane, because as soon as you leave a space, all these other cars fill in the space that someone's trying to leave you. It's like, it's just hard to merge into this lane once it is bumper to bumper. So I like being in it early. If I get brake checked a couple of times because some idiot wants to turn off at the last second, so be it. Still much faster on the 405 than I-5 through Seattle. Oh, looks like we're coming to a stop. This is what I was talking about. 3.5 miles to go. Oh yeah. Hey look, there's a gap. A couple of feet further ahead than the road or the lane I'm in. Let's take it.
Here's where we would have 75 cents for the last couple of miles.
Yeah, pay the 75 cents the last couple of miles and just get on the toll. HOV toll. Someone's bumper laying on the ditch there, or on the shoulder. Side panel. Must have hit that barrier right there. Another bumper. Still has the license plate on it. Do tow trucks not pick up the bumpers when they pick up the cars? Definitely getting some smoke out of the passenger side of the truck. I'll have to get shop to look at that. Might be a exhaust leak in the DEF system, I'm not sure. Or it might be something dripping onto the exhaust that's making something smoke. I just didn't see anything last time I crawled underneath there, so. I'll have to crawl underneath there during the daylight and see if I see anything dripping. Ay, ay, ay.
11 minutes of delay, we're added to your route.
Yep, that's city driving. I thought you just pulled into these lanes. Yeah, I'm just used to this. It used to upset me when people were idiots like this, but they're idiots like this all day long in cities like this. It's just like... City driving, not my style. You need some popcorn.
Yeah.
I like the idea.
Sometimes I like him in a show. I don't know.
As long as the show doesn't get too exciting through the windshield. We don't need no crashes. Definitely don't need any crashes. Georgia. There's that sign behind the bush. What does it say? Unmuffled compression brakes prohibited, something, something, something. Yeah, if you want me to read the sign, at least trim the trees back so that I can read the sign. Better not be enforcing that law if you're not. Same with this corner sign here. Sharp corner, speed 25. You can't read that.
I'm still couldn't read the rest of the sign.
You guys need to trim some of those bushes. They don't look like they're fun. They look like they're thistles.
The long clippers.
You need some big long clippers or one of those bushwhacker lawnmower things you can put the arm at the side. .3 miles to go. Microsoft building right there.
They have like three.
Couple of them.
3 or 4 of them right here. 4. Right there.
4 Microsoft buildings.
That would be fun. Can't wait to read one of them.
Isn't the geocaching building here somewhere too?
I don't remember where that was. I thought it was farther into Seattle.
Further into Seattle?
Microsoft has quite a few buildings here. I like that one. It's skinny, what is to be here? I couldn't read what that was.
Yeah, a lot of banks, hotels, software companies. Definitely a bunch of big buildings. I think these two furthest right lanes are definitely not moving faster than each other. They're just kind of matching each other's speed, so people are changing lanes back and forth. They're doing it for no reason. But the left lane is definitely moving faster, and then the toll is going even quicker. Although toll is coming to a stop ahead as well. I'm not yawning. No, I'm not yawning. Not yawning at all. Rain City Maids, and they've got an umbrella as their logo. A little scion beside us. Yeah, this part of the city is always like this. Joys of driving through Seattle this time of day. I don't know if this isn't Seattle, but it's greater Seattle, whatever you want to call it. It's the area. Whoa, you're coming in too? Oh, so are you? Oh boy. What are we doing here, guys, huh? Where are you guys following any of these lanes? The BMW one's in here too? Holy smokes, guys. Now imagine me trying to merge into here. These guys are having trouble merging into this lane. We turn off in 1.5 miles. Oh boy, another one. mess. I remember seeing that Tesla already. And that big rig, one lane over to the left, we've been following him for a while.
Makes me wonder if they would have sections where you in that section.
Yeah, make it have sections like this where you're not legally allowed to change lanes. Even put a barrier. Put a barrier the last, maybe even just the last mile. This is a mile and a half away, but the last mile, no switching lanes, just to keep these idiots that wait till the last second to merge. Oh, big rig wants in. Hey, I'm leaving space for the big rig, you. Well, he didn't see it. He's in his blind spot. The stupid car merged into a big rig that's turning into his blind spot. Complete idiot. Look for the big rig flashing lights. He was merging in here, and the car went into the big rig's blind spot. He did not know that white car was there. You saw where he slammed on the brakes? That's when he saw the car, because the front of the cab was turning. All of a sudden his mirror saw the car and go, whoa, stop. So he was really paying attention, but I left that space for him, and the white car decided it wanted it. The right side of a big rig is a very dangerous place to be on. Left side's not bad, but it's still dangerous. Don't be beside a big rig. Just don't hang out beside a big rig.
You always comfortable at the right side.
Yeah, I'm lucky. I got a passenger. I can ask Jess, hey, what's beside me? Am I clear beside me? She can look out of her window and go, nobody in your blind spot.
In 1 mile, take exit 11 on the right to I-90 East.
Definitely got to be 100% paying attention. In this area. If they have tourist plates like him, we've had a couple tourists cut us off now. I understand that a little more. But if you're a city driver and you wait till the last minute to merge in, you're just an idiot. Go time. That's the brake lights, come on. I feel like we're almost out of this. Anybody that's not in this lane after this sign is an idiot. to the left at the last minute is an idiot as well.
Be in the third lane from the right, then take the exit to I-90 East.
As far as I could tell, all those cars on those tow trucks had their bumpers. Hey, what are you doing, White? See? Idiot alert. Idiot alert. Yeah, all those cars on the tow trucks look like they had their bumpers, so. The whole wall of that tunnel was made out of square tiles. I'd like to go in there and paint Tetris. Anytime I see square tiles, I'm like, it'd be perfect to paint Tetris shapes on.
Be in any of the 5 right lanes.
No, Garmin. Bad. I'm just going to start singling. There's no spaces to get in there, but if I start singling, a space opens up for you magically. I-90 eastbound. Go to Yakima. Oh, we'll go to Ellensburg and then turn south to Yakima. I like Yakima, yeah. Nice little town. Nice little city. But Yakima area, it's nice. I think this was a long video. That 18 minutes took definitely more than 18 minutes. Somebody put a marker at the beginning, see what time we started and what time we got off. 18 miles took a lot more than 18 minutes. So thanks guys for watching. That was part of the 405. The 405 keeps going. That's like what, about half the 405. Seems like nobody's in this lane. And it looks like all those cars on the right are going to want to merge into this lane. Fun, fun. This one car doesn't realize what's happening and goes, hey, this lane's empty. There had been space for me to merge over one lane, I probably would have done it. In fact, if there's a space that opens up, I will still do it because I know there's some exits coming where everybody wants to be in the right lane. fact, I think this lane actually is an exit only up ahead. That's always nerve-wracking. Is somebody from the left lane going to merge right into you? Anyway, thanks for watching. Hit that thumbs up if you enjoyed the long city driving. Not all my driving can be enjoyable, beautiful mountains. Sometimes I get stuck in doing city stuff, so that's okay. We're now going to head towards the mountains. We'll see you guys tomorrow, and even dispatch doesn't know what I'll be doing tomorrow, so surprise for all of us.